Absolute breaking news. Watch to the end. It's astonishing. So apparently there are plasma bubbles that's been found now above pyramids in Giza, and they reckon that that causes problems with satellites, etc. But it also suggests that the pyramids were built deliberately there, which is interesting because, yes, Our True History, which is me, had already done a video showing that the Skinwalker Ranch, which is the TV show, actually found that there is some sort of plasma type cone-shaped thing on the ranch. And I said, what if the pyramids were built within one of these cone-shaped things and therefore utilising the energy of it? And now, obviously, mainstream's finally catching up with my ideas. So if you want to be ahead of the game, go to ourtruehistory.co.uk, my website, and you'll find out. Wow, look at this. It's AI. And now I'm saying that because there is so many people sending me videos now with like UFOs coming out of New York, etc. And I'm just showing you this is all AI. So don't fall for it. The amount of people that seem to fall for it, unfortunately, and they're sort of sharing the videos and saying, wow, look at this alien, or look at this UFO, or whatever it is. I'm just showing you other ones here that people have done. These are all AI. So don't share them, don't bother sharing, because the chances are they're probably fake. If you've only seen it the once, and it's probably fake. I mean, this is all, 10 seconds, someone to type in, monster walking, and that's what they get. It's absolutely phenomenal. So yeah, so I'm just saying, I don't lie. I won't ever show you videos where it's AI and pretend that it's real. I won't do that to you guys. So just make sure you follow me. There's many researchers out there that say the Anunnaki actually made the Ajiji. In fact, a lot of those researchers are completely wrong, and they get that from the Atrahasas. But if you actually read it, it says the great Anunnaki made the Ajiji carry the workload sevenfold. So unfortunately, those researchers where they just read that bit and says that the Ajiji were made by the Anunnaki, unfortunately they're wrong. If you want the evidence that the Ajiji were actually the children of the Anunnaki, in other words, the young sons of God, yes, you know them in the Bible as the sons of God that took unto them the daughters of man, all you have to do is go to my website, ourtruehistory.co.uk, scroll down to where it says click here on the homepage. I've made it nice and simple. Obviously, there's thousands of other documentaries, etc. Just go up here and search for whatever you're after, time travel, crystal skulls, whatever it is. There's a bonus video after the video number 1500. Keep watching. You'll love it.
Long before the stories in the Bible, a different tale of creation was etched in the oldest known tablets of humanity. This is our true history. Meet the Anunnaki, the gods who came to Earth from a distant world. Unlike any other children's book, our true history reveals the hidden truths. Each page is not just a story, but a gateway to evidence. Discover the links and dive into the ancient tablets that predate the Bible, now available on Amazon. It's time to discover the story that was always meant to be told.
Recently, Chinese scientists have said that there's plasma bubbles above the pyramids in Giza. A plasma bubble is a type of disturbance in the Earth's ionosphere, which is a layer of atmosphere filled with charged particles or plasma. Hang on, there's more. Now, these orbs that people have seen and photographed, etc. Most people assume that these are actually plasma. Funny enough, it's well documented experimentally that plasma are self-organising, engaging complex behaviours similar to simple multicellular organisms, in other words, possibly alive. There's also other research that shows that plasma can actually store memory. So in other words, are these actually alive, and has that got anything to do with entities above the Great Pyramids? I'll let you guys work it out. Thank you, everybody. I've now reached 1,500 videos. Technically, there's way more than that already because I don't actually number every single video. But I want to say thank you to everyone that's called me the foremost expert in the paranormal, ancient aliens, etc. I appreciate you saying that, and I do appreciate all your kind comments. I hope I haven't upset anyone. I probably have over the course of all these videos, but just don't make up stuff. If you've got evidence, show it. If you haven't, please don't make up stuff. It's not worth it, because people like myself will want the evidence. And anyway, so yeah, so we've got plenty more videos to come, as you can probably guess. I haven't stopped researching, and if you go to my website ourtruehistory.co.uk, you can see many more videos that's not even on TikTok. So once again, thank you guys. You're the ones that keep me going. Appreciate all your support. Anunnaki text: how the Anunnaki brought barley to Earth. Now, I mean, that's pretty impressive. Now, this is a translation that's done by the Oxford University. Many different people had gone through it. There's loads down the bottom here, if you can see. There's loads more below that. And what I do is I read out these using my knowledge and help people understand who and what things are as I read it out. So where I say ... that normally means there's bits missing. In other words, they can't transcribe the texts. And these are the oldest texts known to man. Okay, men used to eat grass with their mouths like sheep. Now, men were the ones that the Anunnaki created. So we can see straight away that Neanderthal that preceded humans, or Homo sapiens, because obviously the Anunnaki genetically bred Neanderthal with their own DNA to create modern, well, humans. So if humans were eating grass with their mouths, then so would have the Neanderthals. In those times, they did not know grain, barley, or flax. An, which would be Anu, brought these down from the interior of heaven. Now, interestingly, heaven clearly means space, because there's many times they're talking about the stars in heaven. But I think it's a double meaning, because when I read it sometimes, it basically means nibiru. So in this case, it would be nibiru. Now, if you know how the Sumerian texts work, one word could actually mean 6 different things. So that's why I believe there is a possibility that heaven is, depending on their reference, it's just the same as us with the word live and live. 2 different things, and we have the same things here. But so heaven in this instant would be nibiru. I'll read that again. And King Anu brought these down from the interior of heaven. Enlil, which is Anu's son, lifted his gaze around as a stag lifts its horns when climbing the terraced ... hills. He looked southwards and saw the wide sea. He looked northwards and saw the mountain of aromatic cedars. Enlil piled up the barley, gave it to the mountain. He piled up the bounty of the land, gave the Inuha barley to the mountain. He closed off access to the wide open hill. In other words, he's locked it somehow. He ... its lock. I'm guessing secured. He secured its lock, which heaven and earth shut fast. And they've put a question mark. They weren't sure if that was the correct translation. Its bolt, which ... So again, probably a bolt to lock it. And another tablet. The Nanzu, who actually is another name for Ninurta, who is Enlil's son. The Nanzu said to his brother Nimnada, "Let us go to the mountain where the barley and flux grows, ... the rolling river, where the water wells up from the earth. Let us introduce the Inhala barley into Sumer." Now that's where they were at that point. So if you remember your history, Sumer is the first place that they got taught out of the 4 different territories, and that's why we have the ancient Sumerian text as the oldest, because that's where humans were started to be taught. Let us make barley known in Sumer, which knows no barley. Nimada, the worshipper of An, replied to him, "Since our father has not given command," in other words Enlil, "since Enlil has not given command,
how can we go to the mountain? Everything was very strict back then, as you can imagine. How can we bring the barley from its mountain? How can we introduce the Inhal grain into Sumer? How can we make barley known in Sumer, which knows no barley? Now they do repeat a lot of things, which is really bad in terms of them having to scribe this into clay. So to repeat things over and over, it seems illogical for me, but they obviously felt it was important to do that. Then another tablet wrote, "Come, let us go to Utu of heaven." Now Utu was in charge of, so he was the twin brother of Inanna, and he was in charge of the space port, in other words, backwards and forwards up into space. So that makes sense. There's a second heaven there, but space, this one, not Nibiru. Who, as he lies there, sleeps a sound sleep. To the hero, the son of Nigel, who, as he lies there, sleeps a sound sleep. I told you they repeat things. He raised his hands towards Utu of the 70 doors, ? And then the very last tablet was Utu ... table ... So that's this particular very short one, but it's really important because along with goats, etc., the Anunnaki brought down from their home planet many things. So we ended up getting wine and bread, basically taught to us by the Sumerians, and literally here it is written in stone tablets. So next time someone says to you there's no such thing as Anunnaki, literally they're telling us that man, right at the top there, man used to eat grass with his mouth. If this was written by man, you wouldn't say man used to eat because you're one of them. You would only say man if you're not one of them. In other words, something different, in this case an Anunnaki. And clearly you can see all the names and everything that's written in the stone tablets that predate the Bible, so just keep that in mind. So hopefully you enjoyed this.
You can find thousands of videos on my website, ourtruehistory.co.uk.